the workout, you got to stay within your own comfortable range of motion and follow your own speed, starting slowly and adding up gradually. Okay, so let's get up on our feet. Okay, what we'll do, we'll keep our feet hip width distance apart. Your hip joints are right here where your thigh bones get inserted into your pelvis. So hip width distance apart. We're going to make one step forward, just a slight step with your right foot. Okay, while keeping our spine nice and long, our lumbar curve neutral. Again, we're not tilting it forward, the pelvis, nor keeping it back. We're keeping it right in between, neutral, gentle arch in your lower back. We're reaching upward with the crown of the head. We're going to bend our knees, thinking of reaching forward with your knees. Not bending your knees, but as if you're reaching forward while maintaining that neutral curve in your lower back. You might want to place your hands like this on your lower back and your pubic bone, lower abs. And so we're going to reach forward with our knees and press the feet into the floor and straighten it up. Feel the way your pelvis is staying stable. It's not tilting forward or back. So reaching forward, going as low as it feels comfortable. And gently pressing those feet into the floor to come back up. Reaching forward with the knees while lowering our torso down without changing the angle. And last one, slowly up, extending the knees all the way but not locking them. And the last one. Great job. Now we're moving on to the next exercise. We're going to bend our knees the same way. We're going to take slowly the heels off the floor. Then while keeping the heels off the floor, we're going to press the balls of our feet into the floor, straighten up, lengthen your spine upward, and gently placing the heels down. Okay, again, keeping neutral curve, reaching forward with the knees, heels off the floor gently and with control, pressing those balls of the feet into the floor, lengthening up as much as it feels comfortable and under control, and placing those heels down. 2 more times. Again, reaching forward with the knees. Keep breathing. Heels come off the floor. Slowly and under control, pressing those balls of the feet into the floor. If you feel challenged, your balance is not giving you a chance to focus on the move, then you better use a chair or a wall. Okay, now we're switching sides. Now we're making a small step forward with the left foot, just very small. Again, placing our hands just to maintain and remind ourselves of the neutral curve in your lower back. Again, reaching forward with the knees while bending them without changing the pelvic position, and press those feet into the floor and extend the front of your hips so that, imagine you pulling your pubic bone upward toward the front ribs, lower ribs. Again, reaching forward with the knees, pressing those feet into the floor and extend the entire front line. Open up your collarbone, reach upward with the crown of your head. Again, neutral spine, pelvis is stable. Reaching forward with the knees, pressing those feet into the floor. Pull up that pubic bone, extend the entire front line. And again, last time. Keep breathing, reaching forward, going as low as it feels comfortable in your ankles and your knees, and press those feet into the floor. Pull up the pubic bone, open up your collarbone, reach up with the crown of your head. Awesome. Moving on to the next one. So we're now bending in the same way those knees. Let the heels slowly come off the floor just slightly, pressing into the balls of our feet, keeping the heels off the floor. Reach upward with the crown of your head. Slowly and with control, roll on to the heels. Again, reach forward with the knees. Pelvis is stable. We're not tilting it forward. Again, heels come off the floor, pressing into the front of your foot to extend your spine, and reach up with the crown of your head. Slowly and under control, place your heels down. 2 more times. Knees forward, heels off, pressing, straightening and extending the spine. Slowly lower the heels. Keep breathing. Reach forward with the knees. Go as low as it feels comfortable. Taking those heels off the floor as high as it feels comfortable and under control. Lift up. Extend your spine. And slowly lower your heels down. Awesome. Great job. Now we're moving on to some of hip mobility. We're going to step to the right with your right foot, and we kind of bring the weight to the right leg as well. Okay, and this one, the left leg is just free but still touching the floor for support, and we're the entire sole of your left foot is on the floor, and we're going to place our hands right here, massage a bit the front of your hip, and feel where that, the joint where the thigh bone gets inserted into our pelvis. We're going to focus our mind on that area, and we're going to rotate it to one side and then the other. Your shoulders are down, your neck is relaxed. You're again reaching upward with the crown of your head, and we are rotating our pelvis forward to the side and in a circular motion all around, focusing our attention on that hip joint. Again, it's a ball and socket joint. The ball of your thigh bone gets inserted into the cup of your pelvis, and that's what gives us that build where we can just move our legs any way we want. We can rotate them inward, outward, take them out to the side, back and forth, and reverse the direction going the other way. Slowly and with control. The knee is soft, and we are not, as your pelvis is tilting forward, make a note if the movement comes and in any way strains your lower back. If it does, please try to focus on the rotational movement of your hip joint. We're not squeezing our glutes. It's just a free, fluid movement that comes from your hip joint. Decrease the range of motion if you feel it in your lower back. Awesome. And staying right here. Now we're going to shift our weight a bit to the middle, and what we're going to do, we're going to do the same rotation, but this time as we rotate our hip to the side, we're going to lift this heel, the left heel, off the floor. So we're rotating that hip to the side and lifting that heel and kind of sucking that thigh bone into your pelvis, and then lower it down and lift. Feel a nice, very feel good stretch in your joint as well, your left hip joint. And rotating out. Again, we're not squeezing our glutes, they're relaxed. And out, back, lower the heel, and as your hip is moving in that circular motion to the side, you're lifting that heel off the floor and then you lower it. So moving forward to the side, lifting the hip and lower, and one more time. Lower it down. Great job. Now we're switching sides. We're stepping to your left with your left foot. Again, the right foot is just light contact with the floor. Placing our hands, rubbing that front of your hip right here, hip flexor area, that crease of your hip. And we're going to start with a circular rotation, very tiny. And feeling that rotational movement within your hip joint. Very slowly. It's not a strength movement. We're not straining our muscles here. We want to give freedom of movement to our hip joint. Again, check your lower back. If there's strain in there, decrease the range of motion. You're probably tilting your pelvis forward too much. When you reach, the backward motion of your hips, of your hip. And slowly, no rush. Your mind is in there, in that hip joint. Your buttocks are relaxed. One more time and reverse. The weight of your body is evenly distributed across that support foot, in between the front and back of the foot, and your toes are not gripping the floor. Your knees soft, rotational, gentle movement around the hip joint. Your spine is nice and long, and we're breathing in a relaxed manner. And two more times, no rush. And slow down, stop, and shifting the weight to the center. Repeating the same movement, but this time as we're moving that hip joint in a circular motion. Again, as it goes to the side, we're lifting the right heel off the floor. So moving to the side, lifting it, and lower as your hip is moving inward toward the midline of your body. And again, remember not to squeeze your glutes. So out, lift the heel, down, out, and down, smooth and nice, slow motion. Coming from your hip joint and from your pelvis, not your buttocks or your lower back. And one more. Great job. Awesome. Now we'll give a bit of movement to our spine. We'll step to the side with your right foot. Let's find a comfortable turnout of our feet. Check that your feet are on the same line. And what we're going to do, we'll lift our hands up. Remember to keep your shoulder blades down. And we're going to bend the left knee. And while keeping the right knee straight, we're going to reach forward as low as it feels comfortable. Opening up those sit bones, creating a lot of space. And going as low as it feels comfortable at the moment for your body. You can go all the way down to the floor, slightly rounding your upper back, or just keeping it parallel to the floor. Okay, then push it off and coming back up. Two more times, push those hips back, reach forward. If you're reaching down toward the floor, rather think about reaching forward diagonally to the side rather than to the floor, and push the mat away, coming back up, and last one. And from here we're going to take it in a circular motion, Bending forward, rounding our back, straightening that knee, pressing the foot into the floor, coming back up, shoulders down, bending the knee, reaching forward. Keep reaching forward and in a circular motion, coming back up. 2 more times. Reach and press the foot into the floor. Back up, and last one. Awesome. Now we're switching sides. If you need a break, roll your shoulders back and forward. And switching sides. Again, your arms up, grabbing the fingers. And again, bending that right knee now and leaning towards your left, reaching forward as much as you can, and press those feet into the floor, coming back up. Again, bending the knee, reaching forward and down, pushing those hips back, and slowly back up to the center, of course, and one more time, slowly and under control, no rush, shoulders down. Now we're going to move to the next move, reaching forward, rotating in a circular motion, straightening that knee, coming back to the center. Watch your shoulder blades. Bending the right knee, reaching towards your left, reaching forward and down. Press that foot, the right foot into the floor, coming back up. 2 more times, bending the right knee. Reach with your arms. Keep breathing. Press that foot into the floor. And last one. Reach forward, press the foot, and coming back up. Great job. Now lower your arms and we'll get down onto the floor.